able to make it out of here to civilization in one piece. Are you ready? Let's do this. Alright, take us in. I'll have one of those.
That's right. This is your adventure. Every few minutes there will be an important survival decision. Choose wisely, and we'll make it out of here on our own. Choose poorly, and I'll have to call for rescue on an emergency radio, and I don't want that to happen. From where our mission begins, I know civilization is due south. There's an old road hidden deep in the southern woodlands. If we can reach that, our mission will be a success. But to get there, we got to navigate treacherous terrain and dense forests, where many dangers can lurk in the shadows. There's no easy path on this journey. That's why I need your help. Luckily, there are plenty of ways to find success. Where we go from here is up to you. Thankfully, I was left a vehicle so I can get deeper into the forest. But this can only take us so far. Once the terrain gets too rough, we'll be on foot.
Looks like we already have a decision to make here. We could either swim through this murky swamp or kind of travel alongside it. Will probably be a much gentler route inland. But if we go through the murky swamp, it'll be much quicker inland. But it could be predator filled. So what do you reckon? You decide. Maybe I should decide because I know more about nature than you do probably. So how about we just make our way through the murky swamp, get inland faster. Let's do that. All right, let's go. Good swimming is all about being efficient, not wearing yourself out. And above all, not thinking about what type of creatures can be in here with you. Come on, let's keep going. I already feel my hands just... Oh, guys. Oh, that's cold. We need to make a decision. Make a decision fast. What am I going to do? Am I going to run, try and get warm through exercise, hiking through the woods? Or am I going to try and make a fire? The problem is everything here is so wet. I could burn up a lot of time just trying to make a fire and failing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to hike through the woods because it'll heat me up a lot quicker. Let's do that. Okay, go on. We got to get moving. Fast. Run up this hill, whatever it takes. Otherwise, I'm going to get cold real fast. Come on, keep up. Okay, on my knees. Oh, come on. Try and straight blood into the hands. It's the extremities that get cold first. I'm still really cold. We need to come up with some other way of trying to stay warm. Hey, look, what if I use her? So I wonder if I can actually try and catch the sheep and use that to huddle and get warm. It's just, I know from experience that catching sheep isn't always easy. I could always try and lure it. So what do you reckon? Should I try and lure the sheep in? Or should I try and chase it and catch it like that? Huddling close in sheep wool is a great way of getting warm. Make a decision. Oh man! I forgot my sheep bait. I guess we're gonna have to try and chase it. Come on, let's try this. Try and cut him off that way. Now all I need is a little bit of insulation to make a bed. Come on, let's go find something. Ugh. All of this is going to be good insulation so I don't lose any heat off the ground. Now I can snuggle up nice and warm with my friend the sheep.
The average body temperature of sheep is 102 degrees, which is warmer than humans. So huddling close together is a great way to stay warm in the wild.
I mean, it's not exactly warm, but it's better than freezing out there. Good sheep.
Sheep's wool has been used to make warm clothing for centuries, so it doesn't take long to restore my core body temperature. Now, it's time for me to head back out into this cold, wet, dangerous terrain.
One of the key traits of a survivor is courage. And courage isn't not being afraid. All of us are afraid, me many times. But what I've learned is that the best way over our fears is right through the middle of them. Don't run from them, just face them and keep going. Oh, check it out! Some bird eggs. It's a ground nesting bird of some sort. Eggs are loaded of nutrients, good protein, good energy. This guy's also edible. You can eat him. So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna go for the egg raw or this guy? It's your decision, you decide. When the wild presents you with an opportunity for food, you take it. So what is it gonna be? You can eat whatever you want, but I'm going for the egg. All right, here we go. It's good survival food. Well, it has been hot lately. All right, let's keep going. So we made it through the swamp, and what a view. We even got a little snack along the way as well. From here, pushing inland. Let's see what we're gonna find. Come on, let's go. Looks like there's a storm on the horizon. It's only going to get windier, colder, and wetter. I need to come up with some way of protecting myself from the elements. But all I've got for shelter here is just wet sticks, rocks, moss. This is not the place to be. We need to find some other way of making a shelter. Oh look, check this out. An old duck hunting lookout. This would be great. It would give us protection from the bad weather, from the elements. The downside though, well, I don't see any downside. This would be the perfect place. I really think it would be a great idea to stay here. So, are we going to go to the old duck hunting lookout? Or are we going to try and find a better spot? You decide. I'm getting colder out here. We can't waste any time. What's going to give us the best protection from the elements? Okay, I know you mean well, but seriously, the best option is to stay right here, and that's what I'm gonna do. We gotta cross this marsh. Okay, let's go. We gotta be really careful now, not to slip. So we made it to the old duck hunting lookout.
You know, a long time ago, this area used to be one big glacier.
Oh, look, see this? Paw prints, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's got to be a mountain lion. So that's got to explain why there's no ducks around here. A mountain lion has been having the ultimate picnic.
We can't stay here if there's a mountain lion, and there's only one way to find out if we're alone. Decision time.
Do we follow these mountain lion tracks, or do we retreat whilst we can and head in that direction, but risk exposure to the elements? The decision seems obvious to me. The cold never bothered me anyway, except when I'm soaking wet, of course. Alright, let's get going. There's nothing more dangerous than a cornered animal, so we're gonna head down to the more dense forest. Let's go. There's a much better chance of finding food, water, good resources, and we're out of that cold, bitter wind. It's like trees always offer you good protection.
The mountain lion's sense of smell is much more powerful than a human's. That cat can smell me from miles away. He's probably already got my scent by now.
Okay, so I'm going to make a simple spear that I can carry with me. It's like I always say, it's about being well prepared. Got mountain lions in the forest? Arm yourself. Alright, so we made it to the forest. It's time to set up camp.
At night, temperatures can drop to -10 degrees, and the quickest shelter I can build is a simple lean-to.
So I got one big branch for my lean-to shelter, and look, see this? I got a tree here to act as my support, and I have these branches here acting as a roof, and I've got some wisteria branches to be my roofing, to keep it watertight.
The basis of a good shelter is to keep you dry and warm, so keep the shelter small and simple, and a lean-to is as basic as you can get.
You don't need a huge shelter, you know. If it's small, like it's gonna stay warmer. And that's my shelter all done. Come and have a look in here. It's quite snug. And all I now need is some firewood and some food.
I'm more than 200 yards from my camp, and I already see an opportunity for food.
Look, you see that? It's wild boar. I need to find some way of catching it. I think I'll use my throwing spear. Okay, we got it. Now it's time to make a fire and cook this meat. So I collected some tinder, some smaller sticks, kindling, and some larger sticks. The only thing I have to make this fire are sticks. Let's make it. Okay, so we finally got a fire started. Now it's time to cook the meat. I butchered up my meat, so now I have nice little edible piece. And what I'm going to do is use my knife, cut a little slit right here, just like this, and place it on my steak. I need to make sure that I cook this meat really well so there's no risk of me getting rabies. Just let it cook there for a couple of minutes and it should be good.
Cooking it thoroughly at high temperature destroys the rabies virus.
I go out into the wild, I always love to bring the necessities. Lime, that's not bad. This is a great source of protein that will give me enough energy to keep going.
So much of survival is keeping your morale up. So making sure to eat a hearty meal and have a good night's rest is a great way to stay positive.
This fire's doing an okay job. It's at least keeping me from getting too cold. You know, the nights here can get below freezing. Well, I really have to bend down. Morning. It's actually starting to get a little bit warmer now. And I actually managed to get a pretty good night's sleep. All I need now before I get going is a spoon of tea made from pine needles. Mountain lion fur. Yeah, you can smell that feline edge to it. I'm really gonna need to keep my bearings about me. Oh, I'm fine. It was just a bee.
The temperature's creeping up to over 125 degrees. But worse, only 2 hours after my encounter with the bees, the biggest threat to my survival has come from a tiny bee sting.
This is a brute of a bee sting, this. It's made my whole entire face just swell up.
Allergic reactions to bee stings can be fatal. I'm worried about anaphylactic shock. The first signs are swelling around the eyes, followed by difficulty breathing and loss of consciousness. It causes 1,000 deaths a year in the US.
It's just this time, it hasn't quite worked out.
Half blinded, with my eyes swollen shut, the stakes are suddenly much higher.
The glare is making it really hard just to see through all this swelling. I'm just a bit worried if this gets any worse. The irony is, out of all of the massive, lethal, aggressive, man-eating creatures I've dealt with over the years, the one that gets me is a ruddy bee. Alright, looks like we have a decision to make here. We have a big drop-off. We need to assess our options. Either I can use this rope and rappel down, or I could just take my chances and jump. That'll definitely get me down a lot quicker. So what do you reckon? We gonna jump, or we gonna rappel?
This is a tough one, but it's up to you.
You know what I think? I think that we should just jump it. I really don't feel like wrapping this rope up once we're done. It's a long way down, but you're in charge. Okay, here we go. Well, that wasn't too bad. Okay, stop. We got a mountain lion. Back up. What are we gonna do here? I've got a spear and an aggressive looking mountain lion. You decide. Are we gonna take it on? We gonna fight it? Or are we gonna run? Quick decision. Now! Come on! I'm gonna run. Bad decision to run away from a mountain lion. You're playing right into their instinct to chase their prey. And now I have nowhere to go. I guess I'll just wait up here a while. Wait a second. Maybe I can use these. Maybe I can distract them with these. Okay, so it looks like that did the trick. We gotta get out of here quick. That was quite hairy. Heart rate definitely thumping. In the wild, you need to choose your battles wisely. I think that we did the right thing. Look, a road! That means civilization. I'll just gotta use this and then the gator will be inbound.
Our mission was to find civilization, and we've done it. Good job. The adventure got pretty hairy at times, but you really took charge and led the way to success. And I'm proud of the decisions you made. Until next time, stay wild.